Wind in the willows is whispering low, still as the meadow which dreams in the sun. Blue overhead and green your bed, sleep, little people, to lullaby. Down where the river winds heavy and slow, sleep, now the chase of the morning is done. Blue overhead and green your bed, sleep, little people, to lullaby. Wind in the willows is whispering low, still as the meadow which dreams in the sun. Blue overhead and green your bed, sleep, little people, to lullaby.
Hello, is that the exchange? I want Riverbank 101. Hello, is this Rabbit Water Rat's house? Oh, no, I'm sorry, Mr. Badger. They must have given me the wrong number. Oh, exchange, you gave me the wrong number. I wanted Water Rat's house and you gave me Mr. Badger's. Hello, is this Water Rat's house? Is this Mr. Rat speaking? Oh, hello, Mr. Rat. This is Marigold speaking. Yes, isn't it a delightful day? How's Mr. Mole? Oh, haven't you seen him? I suspect he's very busy spring cleaning. You see, when your house is all basement, there's such an awful lot of spring cleaning to be done. Yes, I prefer Riverside residence as well. May I really come over one of these days? Oh, no, not tomorrow. I'm sorry, I'm having tea with Mr. Toad. Yes, conceited, but so nice.
Well, really, Marigold, you do think of funny things.
I'm sorry, Mr. Rat, I have to go. Nurse is awake. Goodbye. Were you overhearing, Nurse?
And wondering at you, dearie. Who ever heard the like?
It's very rude to overhear a perfectly private telephone conversation.
Well, couldn't help it, dearie. You're that funny with your Mr. Rat and Mr. Toad and all. Just as if they were human beings.
Well, but they are.
Human beings?
I mean, they must seem quite big and grown up and human to each other.
No, it's no good, dearie. I can't follow it.
Well, you see, Mr. Toad, he's all big and puffed out and conceited, but very nice and sorry afterwards for talking so much about himself. And there's Mr. Rat. I was talking to him on the telephone right just then. He's very quick and kind and helpful, and his sharp little eyes are always looking out to see that he doesn't hurt people's feelings. And then there's Mr. Mole. I don't know very much about him. See, he lives underground, so he doesn't go out into society a good deal, and I would think that he'd be very quiet and not liking to talk about himself, and always asking before he has a second cup of tea. And then there's Mr. Badger. Of course, he's much older than the others and very fatherly and grey, and he sleeps a good deal with a handkerchief over his face, and when he's woken up, he goes, "Oh, my, and well.
Well, fancy that now. Why, you might have almost seen them at it, the way you talk.
But I have.
Never.
One morning I got up early. Ever so early. You weren't up and the birds weren't up and the sun wasn't even up. And, well, everything was so quiet. There was not a sound in all the world except just the wind in the willows, whispering ever so gently.
What your poor mother would have said. Well, and what happened?
Well, I sat there and I waited for everything to wake up. And then by and by I heard something. Music. Very thin and clear and far off. And then, well, then there was the sun, and it was morning, and it seemed as if I had just woken up myself. But everything was different. Something had changed. I seemed to have understood more than I had before, to have been with them. Oh, Nurse, wouldn't it be lovely if they just came out and started talking? Mr. Mole from his hole in the ground, and then Mr. Rat from his home in the riverbank, and Mr. Badger from the dead leaves in the ditch, and Mr. Toad.
I shouldn't be that frightened if they were all big.
Oh, but you wouldn't, because they wouldn't know that we were here. We should just sit back and watch them at it without them knowing a thing about it.
Now, lay down and get some rest. I'll be back.
Nurse, do you hear that? Scratch up we go, pop! Oh, my! Oh, this is fine. Oh, this is better than what it was. Hey, spring cleaning. Oh, my, what a day. Oh, is that a river? Oh, my, bother spring cleaning. Oh, dear.
Oh, hello, Mole.
Oh, hello, Rat.
I don't remember seeing you out here before.
Oh, well, no, I don't get out much as a rule.
Oh, do you prefer home life?
Yes, you see, I am. Is that a river?
The river.
Wow. I've never seen a river before.
You've never seen a... You haven't. Well, what have you been doing then?
Oh,
Oh, is it as nice as that?
Nice. My dear friend, it's the only thing. There's nothing, absolutely nothing, half so much worth about than just messing about by the river. Simply messing. Messed about by a river. Or in a river, or on a river. It doesn't matter which.
Oh, but what do you do?
Oh, nothing. That's the charm of it. You're always busy, and yet you never do anything in particular. And when you've done that, there's always something else to do. I mean, you can do that if you like, but you much better not. And so, you've never seen a river before?
Oh,
Oh.
I'm afraid you must think me very ignorant.
Oh, no, not at all. Naturally, just not being used to it. I say, what are you doing today?
Oh, well, I was spring cleaning, but,
On a day like this?
well, that's just it, you know. Oh, sometimes I hear a voice within me saying, whitewash. And then another voice says, hey, whitewash. And, well, I don't know which well, I don't quite bother spring cleaning.
That's the spirit. Now, what I was thinking is we could have a trifle lunch on the riverbank here.
Oh,
And then I could go around and introduce you to a few of my friends. Does that appeal to you at all?
oh, does it appeal to me? Oh, right! Oh, my! Oh, dear.
There.
Oh,
It's nothing to get too excited about.
oh.
Only just a trifle of lunch. I mean, cold tongue, cold ham, cold salad, French rolls, crust sandwiches, hot-boiled eggs,
Stop! Stop! Oh, my.
There. Okay. Now, you wait here, and don't go falling into the river or anything like that. Now, I'll be back in 2 minutes with luncheon baskets.
Oh, right. Well, my dearest friend, words fail me at the moment. Your kindness, well, that expression, if I cut it correctly. Luncheon basket, like a primitive stranger like myself. Oh, dear. Oh,
No. The very next time this happens to me, I shall be exceedingly angry. You see, I've had to speak about it before, and I do not want to speak about it again, but I shall not have people sitting on me just as if I were part of the landscape. Now, who is it?
oh, please, Mr. Patrick, it's only me.
Ah, well, if it's only you, that makes a difference. You see, I don't mean to be hard on you, but I put it to you that when I'm particularly busy beneath a few leaves, I think very deeply about things. More company and crowds.
Here. Give me half this basket,
Yes,
Mole.
of course.
Oh, hello, Mr. Badger.
Oh, Ratty, my dear little man. Yes. How are you? I was just telling this little fellow here.
Oh, let me introduce you. This is my friend, Mr. Mole.
Oh, yes, delighted.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Barter. I'm very proud to meet you, and I'm sure of extremely sorry.
Oh, no. Don't mention it. Any friend of Ratty's can sit down where he likes and when he likes, or I'll know the reason why. Now, what are you fellows doing?
Oh, we were just having a trifle of lunch. You should join us.
Oh, do, Mr. Barter, it's a picnic.
I don't know. You see, picnics aren't much my line. Got company coming?
Only Mole and myself, unless Toad happens along.
Oh, you know, Ratty, I never did like society much.
Well, I can't say I see much in it myself.
Yes, that's all right. And what about your friend?
Oh, I live a very quiet life, Mr. Badger. A field mouse or two drops in from time to time. Maybe half a dozen of them come caroling at Christmas, but aside from that, I hardly see anybody.
Sensible. Your little friend promises very well, Ratty.
Well, yes, but you're sitting on the lunch, and we can't...
He has the right ideas. How different from one whom we can mention.
Oh, Toad? Well, Toad is all right.
Me.
Oh, I've heard of the great Mr. Toad. It'd be a privilege to make his acquaintance.
Oh, you'll meet him all right. He's sure to be along soon.
And when you do meet him, take caution, my dear. Society has been his undoing.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
He brought out for his society shine before his fellow animals. A much more dependable creature, Toad might be. I knew his father. I knew his grandfather. I knew his uncle, the Archdeacon. What his poor father did.
Hello, fellows. Well, this is splendid. Hello, Badger and Ratty. Hello. Hello, Red Badger. How are you? So. Splendid.
Oh, let me introduce you. This is my friend, Mr. Mole.
Hello, how are you?
Oh.
Splendid, eh? That's good. And old Badger. And Ratty.
We were talking about you, my young friend.
Ah, well, penalty of fame, eh, Ratty? One gets talked about, one is discussed, one is a topic of conversation, one is speculated about. Well, there it is. I mean, you can't help it. Well, Ratty, old man, how are you?
I'm good. We were just having a trifle of lunch. You should join us.
No. You all come up to my house for lunch. Come up to Toad Hall. I'll give you lunch, the finest lunch you've ever had.
Oh, but there's cold tongue, cold chicken, salad, French roast, crisp sandwiches, hard-corn
Oh,
crisp.
pooh. Well, wait till you've seen mine. Ratty knows. Hey, Ratty? They're quite famous. Been referred to in books. Another select little luncheon party at Toad Hall. That sort of thing.
Oh,
Well, I'll be moving.
Thanks, old chap.
Well, that's right. We'll all be moving. It's only a step up to Toad Hall. The Jacobean residence with bits of Tudor. Finest house on the river. You'll like it.
oh,
Goodbye,
well, I'm
Rat.
sure I shall.
Goodbye, Rat. Goodbye, Toad.
Are you sure you won't stay for lunch?
But you are coming to lunch with me, old badger.
Nobody is coming to lunch with you, Toad. Many a time I lunch at Toad Hall with your father. I don't know what these words, but of what an intellect! How different from... But I shall revert to that later. Goodbye, my unhappy young friend.
Now, isn't Mr. Badger feeling very well?
Oh, poor old badger. He gets that way sometimes. No fire, no spirit, no... what's the word? Enlon? Well, we can't all have it. Hello, Ratty. Where are you off to?
Oh, the bottle opener.
Now let me fetch it. I'll tell you what. You must come and stay with me. Let me put you up at Toad Hall.
Oh, but...
Oh, that's all right. Plenty of room up at Toad Hall. Open house for my friends. Always glad to see them. Now, what have we got for lunch? Here, try one of these sandwiches.
Oh,
Come along, Ratty. Try one of these sandwiches. Ah, got the bottle opener? Good. Here, let me open you one of these bottles.
Now, have you got everything you want?
oh, yes, thank you.
That's all right. Well, Toad, what have you been up to lately? Boating? Haven't seen you on the river this past day or two.
The river? Boating? Bah, silly boyish amusement. I've given that up long ago. I've discovered the real thing in life, the only genuine occupation.
What's that? Oh, help yourself, Mole.
What is it? Come up to Toad Hall and you shall see.
Well, okay, we'll drop in one afternoon.
Drop in? One afternoon? Nonsense! You're coming to stay. Open. Always welcome. That's my motto. I've had it picked out in green on the front doormat. Always welcome, a home from home. If you'd like to come, wouldn't you?
I'm sorry, but Mole's staying with me.
How you dear good old Ratty. Don't start talking in that stiff and sniffy sort of way, because you know you've got to come. And don't argue with me. It's the one thing I can't stand. Now, you surely don't mean to stick to your dull, fusty old river all your life and just live in a hole in the bank.
I will stay with my dusty, fusty old river. I live in a hole just as I've always done. And I'm going to show Mole all about the river. Aren't I, Mole? And Mole's going to stay with me and do as I do. Aren't you, Mole?
Well, of course I am. I'll always stick to you, Rat. At the same time, well, it sounds as if it might have been, well, rather fun at Toad Hall.
Fun? Wait till you see what I've got. I've got the finest. Well, wait till you see it. You pass the meringues, Mole. Seen any of the Wildwooders lately?
No.
Wildwooders? Well, who are they?
Oh, they live over there in the wild woods. We don't go there very much, we riverbankers.
Oh. Are there very nice people in there?
They don't
Well-
share their noses around Toad Hall, that they do. I'd soon send them packing.
Well, most of them are all right, the rabbits and the squirrels. But there are others, the ferrets and stoats and weasels. I'm very good friends with some of them,
So am I.
but they break out sometimes. And when they don't like you, they show it.
I wouldn't ask one of them to Toad Hall, not if they sat up and begged me to. I'm not afraid of them, I just don't like them. Hey, pass me that tin, will you, Mole?
What's wrong, Mole?
Whatever's that?
Now, isn't this lucky? Just at the psycho, what's the word?
Psychological. Sorry, encyclopedia. That's what you asked me.
Well, I didn't ask you. Ratty, you know the word.
So, this is the latest.
Absolutely. The very latest. There isn't a more beautiful one, a more compact one, a more, what's the word?
Heavy.
A more up-to-date one, more...
So this is the latest craze. I see how it is, how boating is played out. Just tired of it, and done with it.
Well, don't blame me. I wasn't consulted in this at all. But if I had been, I would have said boats. Stick to boats.
My dear Ratty, you don't understand. Boating, well, a pleasant amusement for the young. I say nothing against it, but, well, there's real life for you in this little cart. The open road, the dusty highway, the heath, the common, the hedgerows, the rolling down.
And the ups.
And mind, this is the very finest cart of the sort that was ever built, without any exception. Come inside and look at the arrangements, Mole.
Oh, well, we might as well just look inside it, right? It wouldn't mean anything.
Nothing, nothing.
Well, might as well look at it now they're here.
Oh, you see? Biscuits, potted lobster, sardines, everything you could possibly want. Soda water here, backy there, bacon, jam, cards, dominoes. You'll find that nothing whatever has been forgotten.
I've noticed it.
Well, what do you think of it, Mo?
Oh, it's lovely.
I'm glad you like it. But what about starting this afternoon? Come on, give us a hand.
Oh, that.
Oh, come on, Ratty. This is the real life for a gentleman. Talk about your old river.
I don't talk about my river. You know I don't, Toad. But I think about it. I think about it all the time.
Now look here, Rat. It's all right. We won't go. I'll stay with you and learn about the river.
No, it won't be safe for him to go alone. His crazes don't last long. They never do.
When I was young, it was considered bad manners to whisper and leave people out of the conversations. My own view, since after the climatic conditions, is that the anticyclonic
Here we
is
are.
served
All set. All right, you get in there, Mo, on that side. Oh, are you going to lead? I will, if you like. Sure? All right. Well, let's be off.
She marked my words, no good will come of this. Psychological, that was the word he wanted. Not encyclopedia. Thought it seemed funny somehow.
Toad, Toad, down the Toad, down the popular successful Toad.
Oh, may his bathroom cistern spring a leak,
On Sunday morning, may his collar squeak.
may all his laces tie themselves in knots, and may his fountain pen make frequent blots,
May he forget to wind his watch at night.
and may his dancing pumps be much too tight. Every ill which Toad inherits will be welcomed by the fairies.
Down the Toad, down the Toad. Day and night the elder weasels hope that he will have the measles.
Down the Toad, down the Toad. How the happy little stoats laugh when he is off his oats.
Down the Toad, down the Toad. Toad, Toad, down the Toad. Down the popular successful Toad.
We're all right now. Dear.
You villains! You scoundrels! You highwaymen, you...
Road hogs, that's the word. Always come to me if you want the right word. Road hogs.
You road hogs! All the law of you. Rushing about the country at 50 miles an hour. I'll write to all the papers about you. I'll take you through all the courts. Toad, you okay? Hey, Mole, give me half a Toad.
I told you no
Pretty bad.
good would come of this. Now you see a cataclysm.
Toad. Toad, how is it?
Poop, poop. Poop, poop.
What's he saying?
Poop, poop.
I think he thinks he's the motor car.
Oh, there, Toad. It's all right now.
Don't worry, Toad. We'll make him sit up. We'll get you a new cart. We'll make him pay for it.
Yes.
Poop, poop. Glorious, stirring sight. The poetry of motion. The only way to travel. Here today, in the middle of next week tomorrow. Oh, bliss. Oh, rapture. Oh, poop, poop.
Oh, stop being a ninny, Toad.
To think that I never knew.
Okay, Toad. We'll go to the police station and lodge complaints. And then we go to the wheelwrights and have the cart mended.
Complaint? Me? Complain of that beautiful, that heavenly vision which has been vouchsafed me? Mend the cart! I've done with carts forever. Portable carts, common carts, canary-colored carts.
What are we going to do with him?
There's nothing we can do. I recognize the symptoms. He's on the grip of a new craze.
Toad, Toad,
Well,
down,
come on, let's get him home.
down.
Yes, come on, Alfred.
Come on, Toad.
Toad, Toad, down the Toad, down the popular successful Toad. Toad, Toad, down the Toad, down the
Popular
successful Toad.
I said pa. And ba. Ba.
Ba.
What's that?
What's that?
Silly me. Must just be an echo. Something to do with the acoustics. Listen. Rat! Well, perhaps it doesn't work sometimes. Something to do with the direction of the wind. I'll try again. Rat!
No. Down the toad, down the toad, down the terrified timorous toad.
Come and do it. Come and do it if you dare. Yes, laugh. That's all you can do is laugh. Anyone can laugh. Ha ha!
Ha
Very funny, isn't it?
Where are you going, Toad?
Never mind where I'm going. I'm going to see Badger. That's where I'm going.
Badger doesn't live here, Toad.
Yes, he does. There he is. Hello, Badger, old man. How are you? Yes, well, just a little walk in the woods. Oh, do you think so? Well, you're looking splendid yourself, Badger, old man. Never saw you look fiercer. I said fiercer.
Toad, toad, down the toad. Chilblains and moans to the miserable toad.
Toad, toad, down the toad. Frostbite hiccups the miserable toad.
Toad, toad,
Down the toad.
toad.
Toad, down.
Rat? No. What was that? Oh, it was nothing. I'm not frightened. Oh, but I do wish Rat was here. He's so comforting, this Ratty. Oh, the brave Mr. Toad. Yes, he frightened them all away. Oh, Rat always said, he said, don't go into the wildwood. That's what he said. We never do, he said. Not by yourself, he said. Oh, but I thought I knew better. There he was, just dozing in front of the fire. Dear old Rat. And I thought if I just stood out to see what the wildwood was like, then I just... Oh, what was that? You know, I should be safer up against a tree. Why didn't I think of that before? Rat would have thought of it. He's so wise, this Rat. Oh, Ratty, I do wish you were here. It's so much more friendly with two.
Paul! Paul!
What was that?
Paul!
Who's there?
Paul, it's me, Rat.
Oh, Rat! Oh, dear old Rat! Oh, I've been so frightened you can't think.
You shouldn't have gone and done it, Paul. I told you not to.
I
We riverbankers never come, unless in couples.
Oh, but you've come up by yourself. Oh, but that's because you're so brave.
Well, it isn't just bravery, it's knowing. There are hundreds of things you ought to know about, which you don't know as of yet. Of course, if you're Badger, it's different.
Right. Or the brave Mr. Toad. He wouldn't mind coming by himself.
Toad, you want to show his face here. Not for a whole half-full of guineas.
Oh, Rat, it's so comforting to hear somebody laugh again.
Poor old Paul. It's been a rough day, hasn't it? Well, never mind. We should be home soon.
Oh, Rat. But I don't know how to tell you, but I'm afraid you'll never want me for a companion again. Well, I can't. I simply can't go that way now.
Are you tired?
Aching all over. And I feel as if I might just sit here forever and ever and ever. I'm not a bit frightened now that you're with me, and I think I just want to go to sleep.
Well, yes, that's all right, but we can't stop here. Come on. Oh. Suppose we dig in this mound over here to create a shelter from the wind. And then after we go have a good rest, we can continue on. How's that?
Just as you like.
Well, come on.
Oh!
Mull, you
Ouch!
You okay?
Oh, my leg! Ow! Oh, I must have cut it on a stump or something. Ow, ow, ow. Oh.
That's a very clean cut. That was never done by a stump.
Well, never mind what's done. It hurts just the same. Ow! Whatever it was. Oh.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
There.
Oh, hello? A door scraper? Oh, how very careless of somebody.
Yes, but don't you see what this means?
Of course I see what it means. It means some very careless person has left his door scraper lying about in the middle of the wildwood. But just when it's sure to trip everybody up. Somebody ought to write to him about it.
Oh, Mull. How stupid you are. Look there. What's that?
Well, it looks like a doormat.
It is a doormat. Well, what does that tell you?
Nothing, Rat, nothing. Whoever heard of a doormat don't do it. No, they're not that type at all. They really would. What is it now?
Oh, there. What do you read there?
Oh, Mr. Badger's 7 weeks. Oh, Rat! Oh!
What do you think of that?
Oh, Rat, you're a wonder, that's what you are. I see it all now. And you worked it out step by step. Oh, from the moment I fell and cut my shin, and you looked at the content, and your majestic mind said to itself, door scraper. And did you stop there? No. With your powerful brain went on working. And it said to itself,
Quite so.
it said grandly to itself, where there's a scraper, there must be a mat. And did you stop there? No. Your powerful brain said, your intellect said to itself, where there's a doormat, there must be a door.
Quite so. And now
Said
the...
the wise Mr. Rat, I've noticed before, that where there's a doormat, there must be a door. Oh, Rat, you're simply wasted amongst us fellows. If I am behind your head.
Yes, but as you haven't, I suppose you're going to sell the stump and talk all day. Now, let's get up and you ring the doorbell while I know.
Oh, just as you like. I've often heard tell, said the wise Mr. Rat, that where there's a bell, well, there must be a bell.
Oh, please, Mr. Badger, but did you want the carols?
What?
Carols!
Well, let's have a look at them.
Good thing you was this awesome down.
I don't think carrots, right? Run along then, all of you.
Good thing was this awesome down. Honestly.
And if any of you come around and start disturbing me again, well, you'll be held for that. Look out.
Oh, please, Mr. Badger, but we always used to sing carols to Mr. Mole down at Mole End. And he used to ask us in and give us hot drinks and help us tea sometimes. He gave us steak and kidney pudding once. That's right, sir. Real steak and kidney pudding with kidney in it. That was Mr. Mole's son down at Mole End. Always asked us in, Mr. Mole did.
Well, Mole likes carols, does he? Well, and Mole is a very sensible young animal. Well, why don't you run along now, but come back in 20 minutes when I'm not so busy and you can sing me one of the, what do you call them?
Carol!
You can sing me one of the carols and well, you can sing me the one that Mr. Mole liked, and if I like it too, then I won't say that maybe there won't be a bit of hot something, but one or two of you, the one that don't snivel, that is, and, well, run along, all of you.
Thank you, Master Badger.
What's it now? Why do I have two doors anyway? Now, who is it?
Badger, it's me and Rat, my friend Mole.
Oh, Ratty and his friend Mole.
We've lost our way in the wild woods. Mole's not tired, we never did.
Well, Ratty, but wild wood at this time of night, and your friend that tired. I'm afraid you've been up to some of your pranks again, Ratty, and well, we'll come in, there's fire, and there's hot supper, and everything.
Silly. Oh.
What shall you do first? Toasty toast or supper first? Toasty toast.
Oh. Well, I think I should like supper directly. Please, Mr. Badger.
You're welcome to it. And you?
Oh, just as you like. Fine place you got here, isn't it, Mole?
It's grand.
Yes, won't you try a pickle?
Oh, yes, thank you.
You know, I was hoping to see you two fellows. I've heard very grave reports about your friend, the Toad.
Oh, Toad.
Is his case as hopeless as one has heard?
Going from bad to worse. That's all I can say about it, isn't it, Mole?
But, whew,
Another smash up only last week, and a bad one. Ever since he's gone this motor craze, he's convinced he's the world's greatest driver, and no one can teach him otherwise. And so it goes on.
and so it goes on.
And so it goes on. Yes, well, how many has he had?
Cars or crashes? Never mind, it's the same with Toad. The last was his 7th.
You ought to try some of this beef, Rat.
No thank you.
I don't know when I've tasted better.
On way to do something, we're his friends.
You're right. The hour has come Tower, you should say. Toad Tower. Tower of Toad.
I knew you'd see my way, Badger.
Yes. Now.
We'll teach him to be a sensible toad.
But how to give him, that's the problem.
Yes, you're right. Let us apply our minds to it.
Oh, I'll get it.
Again. Quite busy.
It's Toad. Toady, what's wrong? Have we run in with wild horse?
Oh well, an unfortunate breakdown in my car. A loose nut or some trifling mishap left me stranded at the edge of the wood, far from home. I bethought myself of my good friend Mr. Badger. He would lend me a sleeping suit and put me up for the night. As I came whistling through the wood, recking not of danger, I was suddenly beset upon by a gang of rascally ferrets. I set about them light-heartedly enough. At the most, there were no more than a dozen of them. When suddenly, to my horror, they were reinforced by a posse of scoundrelly weasels. It was then, my good friend Mr. Rat, and my dear friend Mole, that I wished I'd had your assistance. 12 of the rascals, yes, but 27 of them, well, that's another matter. If only you could have been there to take a few of them off my hands, there might have been a different story to tell. As it was, a rearguard action was forced upon me, step by step.
Won't you sit down?
Yes, Badger.
Toad, you see, I knew your father. I knew your grandfather. I knew your uncle, the Archdeacon. Of that I shall speak further directly. But the question I wish to ask you now is this. At the beginning of the breathless story of adventure which we have just been listening, you mentioned a motor car. You furthermore stated that this motor car suddenly lost its efficiency. Am I right in supposing that just at this moment your story hovered on the confines of truth?
What do you mean?
Really, Toad? Could have been more plainly.
I need to ask you if it is indeed a fact that your 8th motor car is now in as fragmentary condition as the previous 7.
Well, I had a little accident.
In that case, I think we can begin the treatment.
I think so.
Yes.
I say, you fellas,
Toad,
what's all this?
rise from your chair. Right? Thank you. Won't you sit down again? Toad, you disregarded all our warnings and have been giving us animals a bad name in the district with your furious driving and your smashes and your rows with the police. I am going to make one last effort to bring you to reason. You shall come with me into the study. There you shall hear a few facts about yourself. I say the study because I have decided, for the sake of your revered grandfather, to spare you pain of a public reproof. Come along.
Ridiculous goblins. Talking's no good to Toad. He'll say anything.
Yes.
We must do something.
Oh, yes. Yes.
What's wrong? Too much beef?
No, it isn't that. No, I should be all right actually. Never mind.
No, what is it?
I was just thinking about, Badger's great big house and comparing it with my own little home, which I haven't seen lately, and just thinking about it and comparing it and thinking about it and comparing it, and not meaning to, just happening to think about it.
Oh, Mole.
I knew it was a shabby, dingy little place, but nothing like Badger's great house or your cozy corners or Toad's beautiful home, but it was my own little home, and I was fond of it, and I went off and forgot all about it, and now being down here, it's all been coming back to me. Maybe it was the pickles. I always had military pickles too. Anyways, I'll be alright soon.
Poor old Mole. It's been a long day, hasn't it? And then the same kind of pickles. Tell me about Mole Inn. I'm sure it's a very fine place.
Well, no, it wouldn't be fine enough for you. You're used to great places and fine houses. I noticed directly when we came in how you stood with your back to the fire so grandly and easily, Oh, just as if it were nothing to you.
Well, you tucked into the beef, old chap.
Did I?
Oh, rather. You noticed it at once. I said to myself, Mole is used to going out, I said. Big parties and big country houses, I said. Oh, that's nothing to Mole, I said.
Did you really, Rat?
Oh, rather. Spotted it at once.
Well, I suppose there were things about Mullen that made it rather...
Rather a feature?
Yes, the statuary. I'd had bits of statuary picked out and dotted about in odd corners. It had a very pleasing effect. Garibaldi, the infant Samuel, and Queen Victoria, just placed about here and there. My friends used to tell me it was very nice.
I should like to have seen that, Mole. Must have been very striking.
Just about now they used to come caroling.
Oh, Garibaldi and the others?
Oh, no, the field mice.
Oh.
Quite an institution they were. They never passed me up. They always came to morning last, and I'd give them supper and hot drinks when I could afford it.
I think I remember hearing about Mullen now. What a fine place it was.
Oh, well, it wasn't very big.
Between you and me, I don't care much about these big places. Cozy and tasteful. That's what I've heard about Mullen.
Oh, you're a good friend, Rat. I like being with you.
Good old Mole.
Oh.
My friends, I am pleased to inform you that Toad is a new man. He has taken up to give up motor cars entirely and forever in the future. I have a solemn promise to that effect.
Oh, Toad, I'm so glad.
There remains but one thing to be done. Toad, I want you to promise what you have just told me in the study. First, that you are sorry for what you have done and you see the folly in it all.
No, I won't. And it wasn't folly at all. It was simply glorious.
What?
I told you so.
Backstabbing animal. But didn't you dare tell me just now in there?
Oh, yes, in there. I never said anything in there, dear Badger. You're so eloquent, and so moving, and so convincing, and you put all your points so frightfully well. I never said anything in there, but think me over out here. I'm not a bit sorry, really, so it's no earthly good saying I am. Now is it?
Then you don't mean to say that you don't promise never to touch another motor car again?
Of course not. On the contrary, I faithfully promise, that the very first motor car I see, poop, poop, off I go in it.
Well then, since then you won't yield to persuasion, we'll see what force can do. Now, sit down. You shall stay with me until a cure has been effected. Rat and Moan shall help capture you. Now, it's going to be tedious business, but we shall see it out. Bring him along then.
Oh, yes.
Come on, Toad.
Oh. Not again.
Third crash this morning. Road seems to be rather busy today. Yes. But I always told you, Mo, that in these cases, the poison takes a long time to work itself out of the system. Yes. But we're improving daily now. I believe it's Rat's turn to be on guard this morning.
Oh, yes, I think so.
Look like that with the tree.
No, dear. Now, come on. Up you go. Lay down a bit. There you go. I dare say Rat will eat you if you ask him.
Thank you. Thank you, but don't let me be a burden to you.
Not at all.
What do you say to a bit of a ramble along the hedgerows this morning?
Oh, just what I was going to suggest.
Yes, I've got a new place to show you, and I like being out in this sort of weather.
Now, I don't suppose Rat could come. It's such an exciting sort of day. Oh, right.
Oh, hello, you fellows. Not off yet?
Just leaving. Oh, good quiet now. And when he's quiet, then he's at his artless. So keep an eye on him.
That's all right.
You know, Rat, I think he's worse than Badger says he is. Look after him well.
That's all right.
Poor old Toad.
Coming, Mo?
Coming. It's a shame being kept in like this. But I suppose we all have our turns.
luck to you, fellows.
It's coming, Mo.
I'm coming. Goodbye, Toad. Goodbye, Rat.
Goodbye, mole old fella.
What did you? I don't think I ever remember.
Well, when I was young, we always had mornings like this.
All right, Toad. We're gonna have a jolly morning together. Now, get up and I'll do my best to amuse you.
Dear, kind Ratty, how little you realize my condition, how very far I am from jumping up now, if ever. But do not trouble about me. I hate being a burden to my friends, and I do not expect to be one much longer.
Well, I hope not too. You've been a fine burden to us for weeks and weeks. And with the boating season just around the corner and the weather like it is now, it's really too bad for you.
Oh, I'm a nuisance to my friends. I know.
I was thinking about the river the other day, and I wrote a poem. Do you think you would like to hear it?
As you will, dear Ratty. It may comfort my last hours.
It's about the ducks. I used to have such fun with them, and how they're always standing on their heads, and I'd dive down and tickle their necks, and they come up all sputtering and angry. Of course, they were mad at me, really. It was all in fun. And then I used to sit on the riverbank and pretend I was going in after them again. And Duck City. All along the backwater, through the rushes tall, ducks are a-dabbling, up tails all. Ducks' tails, drakes' tails, yellow feet a-quiver, yellow bills all out of sight, busy in the river. Everyone for what he likes, we like to be, heads down, tails up, dabbling free.
Thank you. I'm glad to have heard it. Ratty,
Yes?
could I trouble you? But no, you've been too kind already.
What is it? You don't do anything for you.
Well, would you mind stepping around to the village as quickly as possible and asking the doctor to step up?
What do you need a doctor for?
Well, surely you've noticed my condition? But no, why should you? Noticing things is only a trouble. Indeed, tomorrow you may be saying to yourself, oh, if only I had noticed sooner. If only I had done something. Too late, too late. Forget that I asked. Naturally, you want to go on with your poetry. Have you ever tried anything in the way of epitaphs?
Look here, old man. Of course I'll fetch a doctor for you. But it hasn't come to that yet. Now, let's talk about something more cheerful.
Oh, I'm afraid talk can do little in a case like this. Or doctors either, for that matter, but one must grasp at the slightest straw. Oh, and Ratty, while you're in the village, I hate to bother you. I fancy you passed the door. Would you mind asking my lawyer to step up?
Lawyer? You must be bad. All right, Toad, I'll go. I'm going now, Toad.
Oh, you're a good fellow, Ratty.
I'll come back with the doctor and the lawyer.
Oh, thank you.
Keep your spirits up.
Goodbye. Ha-ha! Smart piece of work, that. Brain against brute force. The brain came out on top, as it's bound to. Worthy fellow Ratty, with many good qualities, but absolutely no finesse. I must take him in hand one of these days and see if I can make something of him. The world has held great thrones, as history books have shown, but never a name to go down to fame compared with that of Toad.
One judge, 12 jury, one policeman witness, that's you. Now don't you go moving or you'll love me. One policeman and one prisoner. Hello. It's funny. Where is the prisoner?
Well, I know I brought him in. Toad, where are you?
Here I am.
What you doing there?
I thought that was where the prisoners went.
What was it? What of all the cheese like to?
What was it? I didn't hear.
Silence.
Please, understand. As
prisoner to be tried.
I don't want to be tried.
Impossible for him to be tried, but not impossible for him to receive a very stiff sentence.
Alack! Alack! Oh, helpless Toad!
Well, it was fun anyway.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. The court being now open, his lordship will deliver his usual recitation to the jury.
If an animal errs or a citizen sins, whether rabbit or weasel or ferretty, as certain as soon as the trial begins that I'll polish him off with celerity. And I always come down like a cartload of bricks on toads in their tricks. My methods are quick, and my eyes on the clock to avoid the delay which a jury hates, especially so when a toad's in the dock, for there's something in toads which infuriates. So I always come down like a truckload of coal on toads in a hole. Friends and fellow citizens, we see before us, cowering in the dock. We do not see before us, cowering in the dock. We see before us, cowering in the dock, one of the most notorious and hardened malefactors of our time, the indigenous toad. If you're not, you very soon will be. We see before us, I say, this monster of iniquity, and it is our duty to try him fairly and without prejudice, and to sentence him to the very sharpest term of imprisonment that we can think of, so as to learn him not to do it again. We shall then adjourn for lunch.
Yeah.
It may be that after lunch we shall see things in a more rosy light and be tempted to dilute justice with mercy, to the extent of permitting some 30 or 40 years of the sentence. If so, we shall fight the temptation. If, on the other hand, we see things in a more somber light and realize we have been too lenient with the cowardly criminal before us, we shall not hesitate to remedy our error.
Has the prisoner anything to say before we pass on?
No. Very well. Then I proceed to the charge.
Oh, by the way, is the entire jury present? I particularly want all the jury to hear this. Just come out and see.
Certainly, my lord. Mr. Turkey. Mr. Duck. 4 mice.
Here.
6 rabbits.
Here.
I object, my lord.
Who is it?
Ah, Ratty! My dear Lord!
Delighted to see you.
If you'll just wait till I've got this ruffian off my hands, we can have a little talk about lunching with me. Go on, please.
6 rabbits.
Here.
I object, my lord.
Object?
One of the rabbits is the weasel.
I am not. I'm a rabbit.
He's a weasel.
Dear, a difference of opinion. What are we to do? What does one do?
He says he's a rabbit, my lord. He ought to know.
There's something in that. You can't make a mistake about a thing of that sort.
But he's a weasel.
I'm not.
That proves it. Why should you say you aren't if you aren't?
Well, of course he says he aren't if he aren't. I mean, if he aren't, then he aren't. So naturally he says he aren't.
But he wouldn't say he wasn't if he wasn't. The other rabbits did say they wasn't. And why did they say they wasn't? Because they aren't.
Just make a note that if this goes on, I shall want a glass of iced water.
But if you aren't, you would say you aren't. But if you weren't, you would say you were.
But you wouldn't say you wasn't if you aren't. On the other hand,
I think you better start this trial all over again. You can tell me your objections afterwards when we have this desperate ruffian safely lodged in a dungeon.
But he's a weasel. I know he's a weasel. You can say he's a weasel. It's not fair.
There. We'll talk about it calmly at lunch. There's a nice saddle of mutton and red-curd
Well,
jelly.
it's a shame that's what it is when everybody knows what the weasels are.
I'm a rabbit. Aren't I a rabbit? Say it quick. There you are. Naturally, there are lots of different kinds of rabbits. And I happen to be one of the different kinds.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Please, for my sake. Now then, all over again.
Mr. Turkey. Mr. Duck. 4 mice.
Here.
5 ordinary rabbits.
Here.
1 different kind of rabbit.
here. What about me?
Who is this?
Alfred,
Here. Leave him out.
All right, I only wanted to help. Noah's free to call. That's the problem with them all. Noah's free to call.
Now then, we haven't too much time. Did I give that little recitation tonight? Very well, then I proceed to the charge. The counts against the prisoner are as follows. 1. That he did maliciously steal a valuable motor car without so much as a with your leave or a by your leave. 2nd, that on being in said motor car, he did drive recklessly and to the common danger. 3rd, that on being apprehended, he was guilty of gross impertinence to the rural police. Now then, Toad, what have you got to say about that?
Oh, well, I wasn't driving recklessly. I was going along at about 70 miles an hour or so when I saw a policeman in front of me. So naturally, I quickened up just to see if he wanted anything. Same as anyone would do who's fond of policemen.
Recklessly and to the common danger.
Rubbish.
And what did you call me, eh?
How can I remember? Officer? Constable? Sergeant?
No, you didn't.
Now we're getting at it. What did he call you?
He called me a fat face.
This is terrible! This adds years to my life! You mean to tell me that this ruffian, this incorrigible rogue who I'm about to sentence to a severe term of penal servitude, had the audacity to call a representative of the law fat face? Fat face! Did I hear right? Fat face!
All right. We don't want to make a song about it. That's what he called me. That is what he called me.
Fat face.
Well, I didn't mean him more than anyone else. I simply murmured the expression to myself. It's a way I have. I'm that sort of person. I murmur things to myself.
He admits that he passed the expression fat face, my lord, and that's good enough for any ordinary jury.
Speaking as a special kind of rabbit, I say it's good enough for me.
Weasel!
Shut up!
Very well. We have the prisoner condemned, out of his own mouth, abusing the most frightful cheek to a member of the rural police. We shall now sentence him severely.
Wait a minute, my lord. There's that little matter of stealing a valuable motor car without as much as a with your leave or a by your leave.
Does it matter? I mean, compared with the unspeakable impertinence to which the prisoner has already confessed.
Well, it adds more to the sentence.
Ah. Well then, Toad, what have you got to say about that?
Well, I didn't mean to steal it. It was this way. I was just having a bit of lunch at the inn. I've been pretty ill, haven't I, Ratty?
Yes.
Yes, and my good friend Mr. Rat and Mr. Mole and Mr. Badger had been looking after me.
Yes.
Well, I was just having my bit of lunch, just a round of beef, a few pickled walnuts, a couple of helpings of treacle pudding, when suddenly outside I heard poop poop, poop poop.
What?
Poop poop, poop poop.
Imitation of motor car.
Oh. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. I don't seem to get it.
Well, then two gentlemen came into lunch, and as soon as I finished mine, I went out to have a look at their car. I didn't think there could be any harm in my only just looking at it, so I looked at it. And then naturally, I began to say to myself, I wonder if this sort of car stops easily, so I wound it up just to see, and then, well, that naturally, I hopped into the driver's seat, just as I always do, and then, well, then I saw a policeman with a very fat face, a very, very nice expression on his face. And he said, "You're going 170 miles an hour." And I said, "Oh yes, of course, if you say so, dear policeman." And then,
all this makes it worse, doesn't it?
Much worse.
Good. It means you can give him a stiffer sentence.
A much stiffer one.
I thought so. You were saying, Toad?
Well,
May I say a few words now, my lord?
Who's this?
Mr. Badger, a well-known and highly respected member of the community.
So it is. Well, Mr. Badger?
Alack, alack, oh hapless toad, oh rash and ill-advised animal.
Is it a recitation?
I knew his father, I knew his grandfather, I knew his uncle, the archdeacon.
This makes it very serious indeed.
Many an hour I spent in union with his father at Toad Hall, one of the most attractive riverside residences, with carriage sweep.
With carriage sweep, you say?
Alack, oh hapless toad, oh ill-fated animal.
This was a recitation. Most interesting.
We are all indebted to Mr. Badger for his very profound and helpful remarks. Now, I think we can proceed to business.
Guilty.
Well, of course he's guilty. Mr. Usher, will you please tell us what is the very stiffest penalty we can impose for each of the 3 offenses to which the prisoner stands confessed, to which the prisoner has already confessed, without, of course, giving him the benefit of any doubt, because there isn't any.
Well, my lord, suppose you were to say a year for the theft, which is mild, and 3 years for the furious driving, which is lenient, and 15 years for the cheek, which is purely nominal. Those figures, if added up correctly, add up to 19 years.
First rate.
So, you'd better make it around 20 to be on the safe side.
I don't mind if it isn't quite round.
Silence! An excellent suggestion, Mr. Usher. Now then, two, try to stand up straight and pull yourself together. It's going to be 20 years for you this time, and mind, if you appear before us again on any charge whatever, we shall have to deal with you very seriously.
Hear, hear.
20 years, don't forget. Now then, two, before the rest of us adjourn for lunch, is there anything in the nature of a farewell speech? Any last words or valedictory utterances?
Yes.
Well, what is it?
Fat face! all fat faces! And the Toad, the terror of the highway, Toad the traffic queller, Lord of the lone trail before whom all must give way, or be smitten into nothingness, everlasting night! I am the great, the handsome, the popular, the successful Toad. And what do you? Just fat faces.
What a great thing to say!
The magnificent, the incomprehensible Toad.
What you call me? After all I've done for him!
The world but never a name to go down to fame compared with that of Toad.
Silence!
The clever men at Oxford know all there is to be known, but not one of them knows one half so much as the intelligent Mr. Toad.
Stop him! Somebody stop him!
The army all saluted as they marched along the road. But was it king or fat face? No, it was Mr. Toad.
No, the new thing, whirling!
Queen and the ladies are waiting. Stand in the window and so that handsome man, the handsome Mr. Toad.
Good morning, Toad.
Good morning, woman.
Slept well?
Slept well. How could I sleep well, immured in a dark and noisome dungeon like this?
Well, some do. So I brought your breakfast.
Then you will oblige me by taking it away again.
What? Aren't you ever going to eat anymore?
You don't understand. This is the end.
You've said that every day for a month past. End of what?
The end of everything. At least it's the end of the career of Mr. Toad, which is the same thing.
Nice hot buttered toast and tea.
Did you say hot buttered toast?
Made it myself, I did.
My dear girl, I'm not ungrateful. You must pay me a visit at Toad Hall one of these days. Drop into tea one afternoon.
Oh, is that where you live?
Yes, finest house in these parts for miles around.
Ah, you're feeling better, aren't you?
The artistic temperament, we have our ups and downs.
Now, I wonder.
Anyone ever been known to escape from this castle of yours?
Oh, never.
Well, I must see what I can do about that. I must give my mind to it one of these days. Excellent buttered toast, this.
I've been giving my mind to it lately.
This is the only way to make really good toast.
I didn't mean to do that. I meant to escape you. I think I see a way in which you might do it.
You're going to help me?
Yes, I like you, Toad, and I felt sorry for you and your friends who went to see you again so badly. And I think it's a shame the way you've been treated.
No, they were afraid of me, that's what it was.
Now listen, I have an aunt who's a washerwoman.
Oh, never mind about that. I have several aunts who ought to be washerwomen.
Do be quiet, Toad. You talk too much. That's your chief fault. Now, my aunt does the washing for all the prisoners in the castle. Naturally, we've been putting that sort on the family. Now, she brings the washing back Friday morning. That's today. Now, you're very rich. At least, you're always telling me so. And for a few pounds, I think you can persuade her to lend you her dress and bonnet and so on, and you can escape as a castle washerwoman. You're very much like her in some ways, particularly about figure.
We're not. I have a very elegant figure for what I am.
So has my aunt, what she is, but how's your own way, poor, proud, and grateful animal, when I'm trying to help you?
Yes, thank you very much indeed. But I was only thinking, You surely wouldn't have Mr. Toad at Toad Hall going about the countryside disguised as a washerwoman.
All right, then. You can stop here as a toad. I suppose you want to go off in a coach and four.
No. No, you are a good, kind, clever girl. I am indeed a proud and stupid toad. Introduce me to your worthy aunt, if you would be so kind. It would be a privilege to meet her.
That's better. With a little trouble, you make quite a nice toad.
Cheeky girl.
So, this is Mr. Toad, my aunt.
Good morning.
Good morning, my dear lady. Charming weather we are having going on. Pray sit down. Now, your niece tells me that you have under your charge the habiliments, the more mutable habiliments of the inhabitants of the castle.
I wash.
Oh, quite so.
I told you the idea, Aunt, didn't I?
Some of it.
I was wondering if you would oblige me, so far, just as a favor to me, of course. I mean, I shouldn't want to carry all of my money about.
Is that the money?
Well, yes. I haven't counted it.
I have. He will.
My dear lady, I am eternally your debtor. Should you ever find yourself in the neighborhood of Toad Hall, I'll visit, whether social or...
I'll help you.
Have you told him the condition?
Condition?
Oh, yes. My aunt thinks she ought to be gagged and bound as long as she's been overcome. And you'd like it too if you want to be prison in style.
An excellent idea. So much more in keeping with my character.
Right, how long, case like?
Ah, splendid.
Got a handkerchief?
Yes.
And you gag me.
Silence, woman. Of like Yankees. Talk about yourself. There, now let me
How brave you are.
Splendid bit of work, that. Now, how do I get into this?
This. First, the skirt. And next, the apron. You this. A shawl. Now the bonnet. Well, upon my word, you've got a living image of her.
Yeah, with her.
She wants to say something, I think.
Too ugly.
Who is?
He is.
My good woman.
Well, never too tall.
Not this height, not nearly good looking enough.
Not nearly good looking enough. Not a bit like me.
You're not even. Now, you must hurry. I'll take you to the end of the corridor, and you go straight down the stairs. You can't mistake the way. Now, if any of the jailers stop you and chat for a bit, because she's very popular nowadays,
I should have thought it.
then you must give them a bit of chat back, but respectable, of course, being a widow woman who can't please. Now, goodbye and good luck.
Goodbye, goodbye. And should you ever find yourself in the neighborhood of Toad Hall,
Which I shan't be. Now, come on, there's a good toad. Thank me when you escaped. Now, do remember, you're a washerwoman.
Yes, we must be going. I only wish I knew a little more washerwomen talked about.
I remember once when I was already in a shop.
I'll wear the light brown suit. Tell the car to be around at 11 o'clock. No, leave the blinds down.
What's that? Now, come along, Harriet. You're going to be late for school. What is that?
Never mind now. Just some poor old washerwoman taking a rest.
May I play with it?
After school, perhaps.
I like school. Twice 2 are 4.
May I
Twice 3.
play with it now?
Not now, dear.
What's Harriet saying? Do washerwomen know their tables?
I expect they do.
I know how twice times. Twice 2 are 4. Twice 3 are 6.
Now, come along. Now, Harriet. Now it's all running.
Oh, 3 eggs. Be sure to give them each 4 minutes. There, I told her to leave the blinds. Hello? Wherever? Aha! Toad again. eluded his captors, evaded his pursuers, a subtle and resourceful toad.
Hello, washwoman. Half a pair of socks and a tablecloth short this week. Mind it doesn't occur again.
Silly joke, that. Where's the humor of it? Only he'd know who it was. Not a common washerwoman, but the great, the good, the entirely glorious Toad. The world has held great heroes, as history books have showed, but never a name to go down to fame compared with that of Toad. The animals sat in the ark and cried, their tears in torrents flowed. Who was it said, there's land ahead, encouraging Mr. Toad. The queen and her ladies in waiting sat in the window and sewed. She cried, look, who is that handsome man? They answered, Mr. Toad. Oh, I'm a clever Toad. I'm very clever.
I just heard him singing. All about himself. I don't hear it sounded like.
What that revolting song he sang when I had the pleasure of sentencing him to 20 years in a dungeon.
That's the one, your lordship. Only he had a new verse to it. 3 verses he sang altogether.
As conceited as the old ones.
Worse.
Dear, dear.
Mr. Usher, what is the maximum penalty for singing conceited songs about yourself? Can I give him another 5 years?
You've got to catch him first.
2 years of verses.
Good, then that's 6 years. And say 10 for having had the ingratitude to escape from a perfectly clean, well-ventilated, you said? Well-ventilated prison. And that's 16 years. Excellent.
You've got to catch him first. But he is around here somewhere, that I do say.
Just look in that tree. He wouldn't be in there, would he? Such a silly place to hide.
Well, you never know. There's something in here.
Something indeed.
A bird of some sort, most likely.
Chirp, 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 chirp.
Yes, you're right, it's only a bird.
Only a bird. What a pity.
I knew it was only a bird. We're wasting time here.
True. Lead on, Jada. This way.
Well, they can't be far off.
Oh my, what a fool I am. What a conceited and heedless fool. Swaggering again, singing songs again, sitting about and gassing again. Oh dear, are we gone? Ha ha, ha ha. Well, that was good though. Just a little resource, a little cleverness. Only a bird. Aha, a barge with a horse pulling it. I shall hail the owner, pitch him a yarn, and he will give me a lift by a route which is not troubled by fat policemen. Maybe get some breakfast.
Hello there! Good morning, ma'am.
And a good morning to you too, ma'am.
I just gave the horse a bit of breakfast.
The horse?
Well, I've had mine.
Oh, aye. And a good hearty breakfast, I'm sure it was, ma'am.
Well, I don't deny I like my victuals.
You're right, you're right. And ate it all up, I dare say. Fried ham and eggs and all of it.
Pretty well, ma'am, pretty well.
Oh, dear.
You seem in trouble, ma'am.
Trouble? Huh? Here's my married daughter. She sends off for me to come at once. So, off I comes, not knowing what may be happening. And then I've left my business to look after itself. I'm in the washing and laundering line, as you can see, ma'am.
Well, where might your married daughter be living?
Toad Hall! Finest house in these parts for miles around. There's no doubt you'd tell. That is, she lives just close to it.
Well, I'm going that way myself. Why don't you come along in the barge with me and I'll give you a...
I'm sure you're very kind, ma'am.
Oh, don't mention it. So, you're in the washing business. And fine business you've got, too. If I'm not too free in saying so.
Oh, yes. Finest business in the old country. All the gentry come to me.
But surely you don't do it all yourself.
No, I have girls. 20 or 30 of them, always at work. But you know what girls are, ma'am. Idle trollops, that's what I calls them.
They are that. And are you very fond of washing?
Oh, yes, I love it. I simply dote on it. Never so happy as when I've got both arms on the wash tub.
Well, what a bit of luck meeting you.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, look at me. I like washing same as you. But there's my husband. He's gone off somewhere with the dog. Meanwhile, how am I to get along with taking care of the barge and washing?
Oh, never mind about the washing.
It's no good. I keep thinking of that washing and, well, if it's a pleasure of you to do it, being so fond of it.
Oh, mustn't deprive me. Not after you've been looking forward to it for weeks, as I expect you have. No, I'll stay here, and you can get on with your washing in your own way.
I don't believe you're a washerwoman at all.
Of course I'm a washerwoman. Should I be likely to say I was a washerwoman if I wasn't? I mean, it isn't the thing you like to go out saying about yourself if you're not. I mean, why would I be wearing a washerwoman's clothes if I'm not a washerwoman?
Well, if you ask me, I should think it's all a piece of deceit.
Oh, indeed.
And I say this, that if you have a daughter, which I dare say you haven't, I should feel sorry for her, having a mother which practices deceit. And I should wish you a good morning, ma'am.
You low, common, fat bargewoman! Don't you dare talk to your betters like that. Washerwoman indeed. I would have you know that I am the Toad, the terror of the countryside, the scourge of bargewomen. You keep your stupid little barge, I'll take your horse.
Funny, that sounded like Toad's voice. Yes, well, Toad was anywhere but where he is now. Poor unfortunate animal. This Toad.
How about
There. There, sit down.
Oh, thank you.
There you are. You're about done.
Thank you. I shall soon be all right.
Poor old Toad, and wet is wet. And am I wrong, or are you dressing parts as a washerwoman who's seen better days? That's more like you. Escape day in disguise. There we go. We'll soon have you feeling all right.
Yes, it takes a good deal to put me out, Ratty. Just a passing faintness, which might happen to anyone who's been through what I've been through.
You've been through a lot, I expect.
My dear Ratty, the times I've been through since I saw you last, you simply can't think.
Well, once you get out these, you can tell me all about it.
The times, such trials, such sufferings, and also nobly born.
There's some clean clothes in there.
Such escapes, such disguises, such subterfuges, and also cleverly planned and carried out.
Quite so.
I've been in prison, shot out of course, stole a horse, rode away on it, humbugged everybody, made him do exactly as I wanted. Now what do you think my very latest exploit was?
I don't know, but seeing as where you are and how I found you, I should think that someone had thrown you into the river and then flooded mud at you. It's nothing to boast about, Toad. Really, it isn't.
Pooh, that was nothing. I just happened to be heading a pursuit in my usual fashion, right out in front of everybody, and, well, accidentally not noticing the river in front of me, and, well, the horse stopping a moment or two before I did.
Toad?
I wasn't going to tell you about that now.
Toad?
Now hold on there, I just want to tell you.
You'll go once to make yourself look like a respectable animal again. For the more disrespectful, shabby animal that you are now.
My dear Ratty, you can
now
hardly...
stop arguing and swaggering and be off. Mole and Toad badge will be indirectly.
Oh, the mole and the badger, eh? How are they, dear fellows? I've quite forgotten about them.
Well, should you ask?
Why? What?
I think Badger would prefer to tell you directly.
Well, I'll give it change then.
Oh, hello, fellows. I say, what do you think?
No, Toad Terrier speak Nadia, that's a fact.
Yes. See, that's the trouble with everybody nowadays. Nobody thinks. Yes, too much action, but never enough thought.
Well, yes, but...
Just leave him alone. We've had a hard day, but he'll be alright soon.
Well, yes, but what do you think? Toad's back.
Toad? Oh, back where?
Here.
Where?
Oh, cleaning. You ought to have seen him, Mole. He'd have made you laugh.
Unhappy animal.
Came in 5 minutes ago, in such state.
Why?
I would speak with him.
Well, he's just having a wash.
Having a wash? This is no time for washing. We have work before us tonight. Hard fighting. Washing can wait. Where would I have been if, at the crisis of my life, I had stopped to wash? Well, my beloved grandmother had been. I told so before Stratton. Thank you. Oh. Welcome home, Toad. Alas, what am I saying? This is a poor homecoming indeed.
Oh, fancy having you back in today of all days. Now, to think you escaped from prison, you clever, intelligent toad.
Clever? No, not really. Badger doesn't think so. Ratty doesn't think so. I've only escaped from the strongest prison in England, that's all. Stolen a horse, disguised myself, gone about the countryside, humbugging everybody, that's all. No, not clever, really. Well, I should be strolling along to Toad Hall. One does get appreciated at home. Oh, Mo, if you like to drop in your coffee one afternoon.
Toad, you haven't heard.
What? What haven't I heard? Quick, don't spare me. What haven't I heard?
Well, about the stoats and weasels.
The wildwood.
And have you been and gone?
And taken Toad Hall.
And they've been living there ever since.
Going on simply anyhow.
Lying in bed half the day.
Breakfast it all up.
Eating your grub and drinking your drink.
And making jokes and singing vulgar songs.
About? Well, about policemen and magistrates and prisons.
Horrid, personal songs, no humor in them.
Well, that's what's happened, Toad, and it's no use pretending it hasn't.
And they said they come to Toad Hall to stay.
Oh, have they? We'll all jolly soon see about that.
Well, yes, but how?
Well, I shall...
Oh, of course, what you ought to do.
No, he oughtn't.
Oh, well, I shan't do it anyhow. I've been ordered about quite enough, and it's my own house we're talking about. I know exactly what you do, and I'll tell you.
Oh, be quiet! All of you! Now, when you got into trouble a short time ago, I promised myself that I would take the very first opportunity of pointing out to you the folly of your ways. I went so far as to put down a few notes. Thank you. To make suet dumplings.
Oh,
I'd rather have a bit about the dumplings if it's all the same to you.
Conceit and its consequences. 2. Reverend Uncle Grieflaugh. 3. Toad with attending. But a moment for all this is past. I say it's past because it is obvious to everyone in the room where your follies brought you. Toad Hall is in the hands of your enemy. Sentries guard it day and night.
Alas, Toad Hall, that desirable riverside residence, in the hands of stoats and weasels. This is indeed the end of everything.
Not quite the end. I'm going to share with you now a very great secret which your father told to me. There is a secret passage leading from the riverbank right out into the middle of Toad Hall. Tonight, the Chief Weasel is giving a banquet. It's his birthday. While they're all feasting, careless of the morrow, we 4, armed to the teeth, shall sneak into the butler's pantry. Now, Roll and I by one door, Rat and Toad by the other door.
Yes.
We 4, armed to the teeth.
Oh, shall creep out of the pantry?
With our swords and pistols and sticks.
And rush in on them,
And whack 'em and whack 'em and whack 'em!
Yes! You've got the spirit of it perfectly! Good Toad!
I'll learn 'em to steal my house.
Well, teach him, Toad, not learn him.
Oh, but Toad's quite right. Don't teach him. We want to learn him! What for? We're going to!
Yes.
Now, when night comes on and the owls are hooting,
Oh, and rabbits back to their hose are scooting.
And Weasel's wearing his evening suitie. A walloping we will go.
A wolfing we will
A
go.
walloping we will go.
we'll take off our braces and take off our coats and learn the weasels and ferrets and stoats. Who says so?
Rat says so.
Mo says so.
Toad says so.
Badger says so!
We'll take off our braces and take off our coats and learn the weasels and ferrets and stoats.
Oh, but I haven't got any braces.
Mole hasn't got any braces.
Ah, Rat will lend him a pair of embroidered silk braces.
Oh.
We'll take off our braces and take off our coats and wall up the weasels and ferrets and stoats. We'll take off our braces and take off our coats and wall up the weasels and ferrets and stoats. And wall up the weasels and ferrets and stoats.
When night comes on, the bats are batting.
And rabbits back to their hose are chatting.
And Weasel's wearing his opera hattie. A walloping we will
A
go.
walloping we will go.
Walloping we will go.
We'll take off our
Collars
collars
and take off our coats and learn the weasels and ferrets and stoats.
Who says so?
Rat says so.
Mo says so.
Toad says so.
Badger says so.
We'll take off our collars and take off our coats and learn the weasels and ferrets and stoats.
I haven't got any collar.
The mole hasn't got any collar.
Rat will lend him a nice clean.
Fairly clean collar.
Ah.
We'll take off our braces and collars and coats and wall up the weasels and ferrets and stoats. We'll take off our braces and collars and coats and wall up the weasels and ferrets and stoats. And wall up the weasels and ferrets and stoats. Badger.
Badger.
Says so.
What? Shh! Oh, all right.
We are now in the secret passage, but not yet under Toad Hall. For the moment, silence is not absolutely necessary.
Quite so, quite so.
So, it's all understood? Rat, you're in charge for operations on the Western Front.
That's all right, Badger. Let's get at them.
What's the matter?
Well, how do we make sure we got everything?
All right.
Here, hold that. I've got a list. Now, has everyone got one belt, one sword, one cutlass, one cudgel, one pistol, one policeman's truncheon, one policeman's whistle?
Toad! Was that you?
I just wanted to see if it worked.
Well, if I get any more disturbances out of you, you'll have to go back.
Badger.
Sure thing. Well, I warn you.
One policeman's whistle, 2 pair of handcuffs, bandages, sticking plaster, flask, and sandwich case. Now, has everyone got that?
Yes, I've got all that. But I'm going to do all my walloping with this here stick.
Well, just need to like Badger. I just don't want you to get mad at me and say I forgot anything.
All right. Well, but no pistols, unless we have to, of course.
This, pistols in reserve, eh, Molly?
Oh, of course. Toadie.
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, Toad!
Toad! After what I just said? Well, you go back.
You can't send me back, Badger. After all I've been through, in my own house too. You mustn't send me back.
Well, I ought to.
Well, look here. I'll go last and keep an eye on him.
And we'll take his whistle and gun away. I'll take them, okay?
Well, all right. But from now on, absolute silence.
Oh, Badger, just before we begin the silence.
Achoo!
Oh, and he's blown my lantern out.
Oh, my God. Not the end of the world.
Friends and fellow animals, before we part this evening, I have one final toast to propose.
Yeah.
A toast which on all occasions has something of solemnity in it, something of sadness, but never more so than on this occasion. Absent friends.
Yeah.
Absent friends. With this toast, I couple first the name of our kind host, Mr. Toad. Although unable to be present himself tonight, owing to a previous engagement, Mr. Toad has generously put his entire establishment at our disposal for as long as he'd like to make use of it. We all know Toad. Good Toad, wise Toad, modest Toad. It is a personal sorrow to every one of us that he is not amongst us tonight. Allow me to recite a bit of a poem that I've written on this subject.
Yeah.
Toad, he went a pleasuring gaily down the road. They put him in a prison for 20 years. Poor old Toad. Toad, he had a wonderful house, much refined above. But they put him in a prison for 20 years. Poor old Toad. Toad, he had much money and goods, all carefully bestowed. They put him in a prison for 20 years. Poor old Toad. Poor old Toad. Poor old Toad. They put him in a prison for 20 years. Poor old Toad. Friends and fellow animals, I give you the toast. Absent friends.
Absent friends.
Absent friends.
What's that? Nonsense. Running with nature but many things on the stage for the kind
I come home, Weasel. Tell me where to fight. I'll find you.
What a boy, oh, down with Toad! Down with Toad!
Hello. You were looking for anything? Just say goodbye. Goodbye.
Good evening. Do you sing at all?
No, sir. I never learned singing.
Not just a little song?
No, sir.
Not just a funny little song about a poor old toad?
No.
Try.
Poor old...
I'll learn you to sing!
Look at that.
All presents over here, Toad.
dance and look lively. I want something lively. Are you taking back your house for you when you don't so much as offer us a sandwich?
Well, wait, what about the sentries?
Yes.
They may still be at their posts.
Centuries have run far enough away by now, haven't they, Mole?
Oh, well, if they're wise, they have.
Well, all the same, I think one guy should go take care of it.
Sensible right, sensible right. There spoke the voice of reason. Yes, you, Mole, and I.
No need, Badger. Won't like to take care of it.
When I go walloping, I go walloping.
So do I! Come on, I'll lead the way.
We'll do nothing of the sort. You promised us dinner. Well, where is the dinner? If this isn't your house, say so and Mole doesn't.
Oh, all right. They'll help you get it ready, Toad.
Oh, and don't forget the wine. We'll have to drink to your health. And you'll have to make a speech.
Aha! Leave that to me, I will take care of that. All right, get busy, all of you, busy.
Yes, sir. Coming, sir.
Oh, you are leathering a piece.
Please, sir, no, sir.
Well, get busy, perhaps I'll say no more about it. Got a pencil, any of you?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, get busy. Somebody find me a stool. Now don't stand about. Clean up.
He's writing.
He's writing a letter.
It isn't a letter.
It's my pencil he's using.
He's writing too.
Shall we ask him what he's writing?
I will if you will.
You ask him. It's your pencil. No, you. All right. I don't mind. Well, go on then. Please, sir.
Now, I dare say all you young fellows are wondering what I've been doing.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Well, I've just been jotting down a few rough notes for a little light entertainment, a little conversation to celebrate my return. It will go something like this. 1, a speech by Toad. Then I make a note. There will be other speeches by Toad, just so as to reassure people. 2, address by Toad, followed by a synopsis. Well, you all know what that means, of course. Well, it just means what it means. Well, you'll figure out what it means directly. It's just sort of a synopsis. 3, imitations of various bird notes by Toad. 4, poem by Toad, composed by himself. 5, other compositions by Toad, recited by the composer. 6, song, for he's a jolly good fellow, sung by Badger, Rat, and Mole. That's all. Just a few rough notes. Of course, it may shape out differently as the evening goes on. There are a few magic tricks which I used to know. Something to do with 3 billiard balls and a globe of goldfish. Well, they may come back to me and they may not. We shall see.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Will you give us the poem now, sir?
Give you the poem now, eh?
Yes, please.
Well, perhaps.
Please, sir, will you stand, sir? Oh, wouldn't you stand on this, sir?
You think so? Well, all right.
Yes, sir. And wouldn't you wear this, sir?
You think so? All right.
Oh, sir.
Suits me, eh? Well, some people can wear it, some can't. You have it. There it is. You can't explain it.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is just a little poem called When the Toad Came Home. When the Toad came home, there was panic in the parlor, there was howling in the hall, there was crying in the cowshed, and a snorting in the stall. There was bashing in a window, there was crashing in a door, and there was smashing of the enemy who fainted on the floor when the Toad came home.
When the toad came home, when the toad came home.
Toad!
No use talking to him. He's practically a trance. Just let him have his night off.
We'll talk to him in the morning.
Talking to him, Toad. He'll always go back to what he is.
Well, all the same, I'll talk to him.
Just let him have his night off.
You know, there's something about... I'll be right back.
Excuse me.
Well. Oh, well.
Marigold, it's time we went, dear. Wind in the willows is whispering low, still is the meadow which dreams in the sun. Blue overhead and green your bed. Sleep, little people, to lullaby.
Oh, nurse, I had the most marvelous dream.
Well, I'm sure you did. You must tell me all about it.